Good morning, everybody. It's Katie from Creating with Katie. It is Saturday, May 29th. Wow, it's the last Saturday in May. I don't know where May went. We've had quite the roller coaster of weather and things going on, but we are almost in June, which is actually a very exciting month for me. It means a lot of things. It means the summer's coming, the end of the school year if you work in education, like I do. So let's just see. I just want to get this up and make sure everything is working properly this morning. We have internet this week, which is nice. So I can run everything that I need to run. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Oh, it looks like everything is working nicely here. It's the way it needs to be. There we go. All right. I gotta play around with my settings just a little bit to see if I can get things a little bit better. I had to change my stand and I haven't got it quite right the way that I want it again. But good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me. If you are watching this live, definitely feel free to pop on and say hi. I love seeing your comments. And if you're watching the replay too, say hi as well. And I love going back and reading what you think of the project or anything else that is going on. Definitely like, share, give all those loves, because I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing this without you. So let's see. Everything looks good. Awesome. So there's a couple of things that I want to mention and show you before we get started on our project, which is a really cute one. I did post a picture of it on my page when I was mentioning that I was going live today, because I thought it's actually a really cute technique and very easy. It's very easy to do, and a great way to use our DSP. And you could even use cardstock too. You don't have to use the DSP or a patterned paper. And you could even do cardstock and emboss it. You can do any number of things with this technique that I'm going to show you. So a couple of announcements before we get going. So I did have to move my BOGO and retired sale to next weekend. Things just weren't panning out with everything that was kind of going on, things that we were dealing with, that I was going to be ready enough and confident enough to be able to do it this weekend. So I wanted to move it to next weekend so that I am totally 100% prepared, and it's going to be better and ready for you. I'm going to be sharing some information on that this week in the Facebook group that I have set up, which I will totally post and everything like that. But I have a ton of stuff. I have over 60 stamp sets from the last probably 3 to 4 years that I'm selling off. Plus I have about 25 stamp and die and punch bundles. So, and tons of paper and embellishments and ribbon and all sorts of things. And it's all at a really, really good deal. So definitely keep watching for that. I will be really posting about that this week. There's also a few days left. Good morning, Joanne. Thank you for joining me. There's also a few days left in our Join Plus promotion. So if you're possibly even thinking about doing it as a hobby, the journey of a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator can take many shapes and forms. It's okay. So if you're thinking about that, you can order $206 worth of product and only pay $135. And here in Ontario, there's no shipping, there's no taxes. So it's a great deal. What else do I got here? Oh, kits. The new kits are coming out on June 1st. So we've only got, 3 days to wait until the kits come out. I'm going to be sharing lots more with that this week as well, because I do actually have a couple of the ones that they are bringing out. Plus, I'm going to run a kit class. So this would be really good for anyone who wants to give stamping a try, because out of the 10 kits, there are 4 that are actually even non-stamping, so you don't have to be a stamper or try it. You could just make your own cards. Everything is done for you, and it includes your adhesive and everything. Or if you want to give stamping a try, we have 6 kits that are all inclusive. So you're going to get your stamps, you're going to get your ink, you're going to get a block, you're going to get all your adhesives and everything you need to make the projects. So watch for that announcement on June 1st. I will post that. And the class will be June 24th, but I have a deadline to sign up in the middle of June. So I will post more details. So next month, I'm going to do a very special. And because next month is kind of a special month for me. Some people know, but I am, it's my birthday month next month. So I thought I would do a special for you guys. And I'll post all the details again for that at the beginning of the month. I'm still working out some final details about that. But definitely stay tuned because you have the chance to get some free stuff for me during my birthday month, which is pretty cool. So anyway, I'm going to show you some new product. I had some new stuff come yesterday and I wanted to share it with you. So let me see. I got to go through my pile here. Oh, let's start with the colors. Oops. I have them all going all different directions. So I got my new ink pads yesterday. So I've got all the new in colors. So I haven't even taken them out of the plastic yet because I haven't had a chance. But I will be getting all those organized. So we have Pale Papaya. Beautiful color. I love that. We have Fresh Freesia. Evening Evergreen. Polished Pink. This is a beautiful pink. I love it. And I'm not really a pink person. And then Soft Succulent. So a lot of beautiful colors. So I got my ink pads. And of course I got my refills as well. So I always buy my refills at the same time I buy my stamp pads now. I didn't used to do that, and now I just do it. Yes, Joanne, I'm turning 40. Eek. But yes, so there will be a special. All right, let me see. So I got the new Genial Gems. So they are the Soft Succulent and the Pale Papaya. They are beautiful. They have a little sparkle and shimmer to them. And they are adhesive back. So you just pop them off there and plop them on your project. I also got these loose flowers. So I wasn't sure about these. And I won these from an event, but I wasn't so sure about them. But they're so cute. So there's a couple different, and of course I'm going to drop them. So they're flat on the back. I don't know how well you guys can see these, but then they are a little bit more like 3D on the top. So they will pop up a little bit. So probably not for cards that are going to be mailed, but if you're going to hand deliver them. So there's the Pale Papaya, the Polished Pink, and the Fresh Freesia. And there is 2 different sizes, it looks like. Yeah. So those are kind of cool. So I can't wait to use those. I also got the new Baker's Twine Essential Pack that Stampin' Up! Has come out with. So it's got the different neutral colors. So we've got like I can't remember if it's Smoky Slate or Gray Granite. There's black, there's Very Vanilla, there's the white, and there's probably like a crumb cake. So this is really nice. I love twine, especially on my cards. So I'm really happy to have that. Let's see what else we got. Oh, I got this new ribbon. I'll take off the plastic so I can, stuck to me. So I can show you this. Oh, and there's tape on the end of it too. Okay, hold on a second. There we go. Just had to find the end. So I got this new ribbon. It's so beautiful. I love it. It's got this little bit of the gold weave in it. And so it's called the Braided Ribbon, and this is Just Jade and Gold. So Just Jade is one of our in colors from last year, which is still current this year, but I thought I would try and get that. So what else did I get here? Oh, I got these paper lattice. So they are like a craft kind of paper, but they look really, really cool on projects and stuff like that. So they're just, they're thin, but they feel fairly sturdy too, actually, which is nice. And they're just a neutral craft color. So stay tuned. I will use those. I'm kind of excited about them. Just slide this one back in here so I don't lose it. All right, what else do I got here? Oh, I got the in color markers. So I got all the Stampin' Write markers here. Oops. So I got all 5 of them. So such a beautiful color palette. I love it. I'm running out of space to put everything here. Okay. All right, let's get into this bundle that I bought. Oops. So I bought the, oh, geez, those were hiding on me. Okay. So I bought the In Symmetry bundle, which is a new bundle in our annual catalog. So this kind of drew my attention. I've always kind of liked these bold kind of looking images and stuff like that. And it comes with, or you can get it as a bundle with this cool punch. So it punches out these 2 leaves and you can move your paper along and you can do like a whole strip of these. So I'm really excited to use those. That's In Symmetry. This is the new photopolymer. So you will notice with our new photopolymers that the images are on the back of the stamp case. So that's new for Stampin' Up! So you can take your images off the plastic sheets that they come on and you can stick them to the back of your case and they will stay there. And then you can still use one of the pieces of plastic to cover over top if you'd like. But that's the new photopolymers. All right, I'm just going to put this up here for now because I'm going to have to share some space. I also got the new square in color gems from our 2020-2022 colors. So it's the Bumblebee, the Cinnamon Cider, Magenta Madness, Misty Moonlight, and then Just Jade. So those are kind of cool. They're square. Those are neat. And then I got another stamp set. So I got this one called Mini Happenings, and it goes in our current mini catalog. There is a stamp set and bundle called Many Messages. And it has a die that goes with it that can cut out all of these all at one time. So I got this one. This one's the new one in this catalog, but I'm going to be getting the other one as well. So I have everything, which is kind of neat. I like the sayings in those. I got this new Stampin' Cut and Emboss embossing folders in the checks and the dots. So these are ones that will go through our mini embossing cut and emboss. So there's the checkers and there's the dots, and I've seen them used and I love them, so I cannot wait to try them. And the other embossing folder I got, now this one's not new, but because it came out last year, but it's new to me and one I finally invested in. And it is the Brick and Mortar. So it looks like a brick wall, which is kind of neat. And you get all these different textures. So some are up higher than others. It's really, really neat. I like this. So I'm excited to have that. Gonna move these out of the way. And the last 2 things I'm going to share with you before we get doing our project is I got a package of the In Color. Let me find my scissors. And I just grabbed an assortment pack to start with. And I'm going to just cut it open here. Get the plastic off. So there's Pale Papaya. So in the assortment packs, you get 4 of each color. So I usually kind of start this way and then I kind of pick which are my favorites and get a whole pack of them. Here's the Fresh Freesia. Oh, that is beautiful. Kind of looks like my Post-it notes. Huh. Here's Soft Succulent. A nice soft green. Here's the Polished Pink. Oops, And I think I left a couple sheets there. And then our last color is the Evening Evergreen. That's a really nice color. I've seen a lot of good stuff with Christmas ideas with this Evening Evergreen. So that is the In Color paper cardstock. And then this is the In Symmetry DSP. And I will open this one as well. We can take a quick peek at that. So I'm not going to take mine all the way out of my plastic, but I will pull it off a little bit so we can see some of the patterns. So I'll turn it this way. So this is one side. And then we have, ooh, that's kind of cool. I love this paper. There's another pattern in the back side. Ooh, these are really nice. I like these. Where's the next one there? Oh, those are fun. I like these images too. And then we've got this one. And the last, that's the last ones, but that's the back side. So the colors in this one are the Bumblebee, Calypso Coral, Flirty Flamingo, Night of Navy, Just Jade, and Whisper White, which is just our basic white now. So there we go. So there's some of my new stuff. So watch for some of that stuff to be shown on Facebook Lives and in my other posts. But all right, I'm just going to move all that out of the way. And let's get started with our project for today. Where'd my card go? Oh boy. I had it. I cleaned it up. Of course I did. All right. So here is the card that I made for the swap that I participated in with some other demonstrators in our group. There were 11 of us all together, including myself. So this was my card. I'd seen this design using the paper strips, so I thought I would show you how to make it because it is super easy. And then I just used the Way to Goat. He's kind of fun. I like him. Plus this is a really nice man card or guy card, which was our theme actually. And I did post on my blog. So this is my blog address. So you can go there and you can see all the other ones that I posted from that swap. But let's get started. So I've got my label. I've got all sorts of strips. I pre-cut everything because I knew I wanted to save some time. I'm just going to move this out of the way. Got all my strips, different kinds. You can use both sides. You can use one side. It's totally up to you. Got these ones in here. So I'm just going to kind of spread them out a little bit so I can see which ones I have. And then you just kind of mix and match and play around with it. All right. Okay. I think these ones are different. Nope, they're the same. Okay. So I've got my card base. And I've got my, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my layer. I'm not going to put it on my card base yet because I want to work with this. So I'm going to pick whichever strip I want to start. And there's no right or wrong way for doing this. So I'm going to start with, actually no, I'm going to start with one of these wood ones. So I'm going to start with the wood green. So all I did, I turned it over. I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal. And I'm just going to put adhesive all over this one. Because this one is going to pretty much run the length of the entire layer here. So I just used two corners, kind of put it on a 45-degree angle on my layer, just so that I can see where my corners are going to line up, and then I just laid it down. Then I took my scissors and I just trimmed trimmed off. And things do get a little sticky because you are cutting across adhesive, but you can clean your scissors afterward with just a little bit of alcohol, like rubbing alcohol. It comes right off. So I got that one done. So I'm going to choose another one here. I think I'm going to do this pattern. And all I did was just kind of line them up. And see, the nice thing about this is you flip it over and you've got a completely different pattern. So I'm going to put those two down. So you just, again, put adhesive. Now I know that my end is going to stick off on here, so I didn't put it all the way to the end. And I just left a little bit of a gap, and totally just eyeballing this so you can kind of play around with it. It makes it look like a little bit of a tile kind of pattern. And this is the In Good Taste DSP, which I have used and shown on my Facebook Lives before. I really like this, like the patterns and the textiles in this one. So again, you're just gonna trim. Scissors get very messy with this one, but they are easy to clean. Oops. There we go. So just, you can tell I have adhesive on my scissors. Everything is sticking to my scissors. So then once I kind of got the middle done, I decided to go perpendicular to those and just kind of start working off of there. So I kind of laid out a little bit how I wanted it to look. So I kind of started off to the side and then brought it in. Which one am I going to do next? Well, maybe I'll do this wood pattern next, and then I'll do this one. Okay, so I'm just going to move those off to the side and put a little bit of adhesive here. So you just keep layering. That's all you're doing with this. Oops. And what I did is I did keep my bigger pieces, and then I was able to reuse. So I just kind of set them off to the side, and then I could reuse them when I wanted to. Well, there's another cool pattern. I'll have to use that one. Oops. So just keep piecing it together here. And if you want to, you can also just do like a couple pieces at a time and then go and trim everything. You don't have to trim right away. That one. Then we'll do this one. And again, just eyeballing everything to see how it looks. See what I like and don't like. I'm gonna have to go this way. Sorry, I'm twisting everything around here. Right to the end on that one. And I'll trim these ones. There we go. Good morning, Shannon. Thanks for joining me. All right, so I'm just going to set these aside because I'm going to reuse them. So now I've got this little piece here, and I think I want to use this pattern here. So what I'm going to do is just trim off this end because it has adhesive on it. I'm going to flip it over, put some adhesive on this side, and just put it down here. go. Got all stuck. So now I just have this piece to do. So I'm going to use some of the other pieces that I had. I'm just going to use the opposite side. So I'll use this. And actually, I think I'm going to put this one here. I didn't lay them out on this side. So we'll do this one. Oh, I did that. Let me see. And I just kind of look through. Oh, I haven't used this one yet. Let's use this one. So the nice thing about this is you can do it multiple ways. Like I mentioned earlier, you can do this with cardstock. You can do this with, if you want to emboss cardstock, you can do it. You can do it with the, with our designer series paper. There's lots of different possibilities with that, with doing this kind of technique. Getting all stuck to my scissors. Time for a clean again. Oops. There we go. So now I just have this little one left. I'm going to go back to this pattern because I like it. Actually, maybe I'll do, yeah, I'll do this side. Kind of looks like a, I don't know what you want to call that. It's like a woven, it's this pattern here. So I'm going to put that down. And I'm getting all stuck to the other pieces. Now, because I didn't space mine very well on this side, I do have these little tiny pieces. If you wanted to, you could leave them, or if you're like me and it'll drive you bonkers, you can just put some more adhesive and fill those spaces in, which I am going to do because it will drive me bonkers that there is, oops, that's not the right side I wanted. I put my adhesive on the wrong end. There we go. So I'm just going to, and I know they're really, really small pieces, so it might be a little bit challenging. Got to make sure that you get your adhesive all the way to the end for it to stick. There we go. Got it. Trim that off. And then my other last little piece, I think I do want to use this again, so I'm going to just cut that off. Put some adhesive. The other thing you can do too is if you want to, you can use glue for small pieces like this. It might work a little bit easier, a little bit nicer. So that down right there. And then I'll just peel up my adhesive that got on the table. All right, so there's your background for this. So kind of easy to do. It's kind of a nice little technique. So I'm going to move all my pieces out of the way now. So that I don't get any more adhesive on me. Move these ones out of the way. There we go. Okay, so now that you've got your front of your card done, you can just put some adhesive on and you can, oops, my snail wants to stop. It's almost at the end too. So put some, having a hard time holding things down today. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make my card go a different way, because I've got it so that the, so this is the 11. I'm actually going to turn my card and I'm going to have it open this way, still like a book, but it's going to be the narrow direction instead of the, so the landscape direction instead of the portrait direction, I guess you can say. So I will put my card layer on here. All right, there we go. We'll put that aside for now. And then we are going to bring in our blends and our goat and our memento. So I used this goat last time, which I kind of like, so I'm going to pull him out again. Grab a rock. Now I do need a piece of, oops, he's not on there straight. I do need a piece of paper underneath me because I am going to be stamping off my label. This is one of the Tasteful labels. I just pre-cut it out because to try and save some time. So we got our label, got our memento, ink this up. How wide are the strips? They are they're about an inch, Shannon. So I just kind of did them 6 by 1, and yeah, then I just used a variety of them. So just make sure. So I'm going to put him kind of off to the side here so that we can put our greeting over to the other side there. So I'll close that up. I'm wearing a sweater today because our house is very chilly this morning and I refuse to turn on the heat. We've had so many days with the air conditioning on, and then it's been so cold that I needed to turn the heat on, but I'm refusing. I'm just stubborn, I guess. So I'll put a sweater on, and the dogs are all bundled up in their blankets, so they're okay. All right, so we are going to take our blends and we are going to color in our goat, and I'm going to leave my piece of paper underneath because I don't want my blends to bleed through and wreck my tabletop here, or my mat that I use. So I'm going to start with the dark, and I am going to use the nub tip or the fine tip. Oops. All right. So I'm just going to kind of outline in certain parts here. Oops. To start creating that shadow. As we go along here. I love this goat. I love the goats, period, but this one just strikes me as the funniest of them all. So you're just going to outline. And then we are going to take our light and we're going to color it in. Thanks, Shannon. Yeah, I saw this idea on another card that I was kind of looking at, but I didn't have the pattern paper that they had, so I just decided to switch it up. But I love it, and it's very easy. So I think I'm going to be using it on a couple of different cards. So then we're just going to color in. We're going to make sure that we're kind of going in circles and pulling in some of that dark that we already put on, but we don't want to over color. So I kind of do just like a light coloring first, just so that it starts to blend together. I think I need new smoky slate blends as well. It's one of my favorite colors, I think, so I use it quite a bit. And it's starting to die on me here. So I'm going to let that rest for just a second. I want to do his horns in dark crumb cake, or antlers, I guess not really horns. I guess you could call them horns. So I'm going to do those in just dark crumb cake. So while I'm letting my smoky slate rest, I'm just going to fill those in. And then I'm going to go back over the light just a little bit more. And I'm going to switch to my other tip just because my other one is dying. So just going to do the same thing. I'm just going in circles. I apologize. This is probably shaking the camera. Just go over it. Just do a little bit more shading. There we go. And as it dries, it does get a little bit lighter as well. There. So he's all done. Get those out of the way. And I don't need my paper anymore. So we are going to use one of the sayings that are actually in the Way to Goat. I'm going to use "Happy birthday, you old goat." Actually, let's see. Let's see if this other one will fit. Because I'm thinking maybe this one might be nice. So this one says, "You're the goat, greatest of all time," because that is what it stands for. That's a little bit too big. Okay. Let's see. I'll do this one. I got you a cake. And then I'm going to need my saying for the inside, but I ate it. Oh, I can't get my stamp out of here. There we go. Okay, so let me just grab a smaller block. So I got you a cake. I'll put that here, and I'm going to use I am going to use just the Memento again. I think on my other card I used Knight of Navy. Actually, no, I'm going to use the Knight of Navy. Oh, but I got to get it. Hold on just a second. I moved it. As I was doing another project with it. Okay, so Knight of Navy. Put on our greeting. My Knight of Navy is really juicy. I'm going to move this down only so that I can see if I'm getting this straight. So straight down, straight back up. There you go. I got you a cake. Oops, I'll leave that open for just a second. I'm going to clean this off on my chamois. I've got my inside here. So before I go and put everything together, I'm going to put this greeting inside. But I ate it. That would probably be me. Cake is one of my favorite things. There we go. Okay, so we're going to let that dry for 2 seconds while I clean my stamp set. First, clean my stamps. Get them off the block because I don't like them to sit on the blocks. Close up our ink. Don't want to leave that sitting open because more than likely I'm going to drop something in it. So let's put this on the inside. This is nice and straightforward. All right. So we'll put that in here. And I don't often do sayings on the inside of my cards, but every once in a while when it goes with the front, you kind of gotta. So there's that. Okay, so now what we're going to do, now on my original card, I used some of this metallic ribbon. So this is what it looks like. So it comes, it's nice and wide, and it's got, it kind of looks like a mesh, which is kind of neat. But I think I want to switch it up for this one. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use one of my new twines. So I'm going to pull out the new Baker's Twine Essential Pack, and I'm going to use the Smoky Slate. I'm going to use this one right here. All right, and what I'm going to do is I got to find the end here first. There we go. Whoop. Oh, and it's not too curly, which is kind of nice. I sometimes find they get really, really curly. It's a little bit thicker than like our natural twine, which we have, which is kind of nice. So I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back side of this, and I'm going to go this direction with it. So I'm going to go up to down, and then I'm going to put a little bit in the middle. And one thing I've been liking, and I've seen this in a couple paper pumpkins, is I'm actually going to tie a really big bow with this. So I'm going to give myself lots of room from the end to make my first kind of bow, because I need it to be quite long to go along here. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to start my bow. Get it through here, get my fingers to work this morning. We'll see. There we go. So then all I'm going to do is I'm just as if I was tying another bow, but I'm going to make the ears quite large. So I just keep working it until I get them the way that I want them. Yeah, so now I'm going to pull this one. So you have to just figure out which side you can pull on your bow. And then I just want to make sure that I get them kind of even. So I'll pull this one a little bit more. Yeah, that looks about right. Oops. Let me see. I'm gonna make them a little bit smaller. So you kind of have to just play around with it, but I really do like this new technique of tying to make kind of a different look behind some of the elements. So I'll just check again. Yeah, that's perfect. So I'm just going to take the whole thing, and I'm going to, because I've put some adhesive in the middle, I'm going to put it down. And I've got some adhesive on the ends, so I'm going to stick everything down and kind of get my end where I want it to go. And I am going to trim that one just a little bit, right about there. And it's stuck to me. Do the same with this one. Stick it there. Trim it off right about there. And there we go. So there's our element with our twine on it. We're going to take our dimensionals and we're going to put it on the back here. Oops. There we go. And we'll just put them kind of where the adhesive is, so that the adhesive doesn't necessarily get stuck where the card is. There we go. So I use 6 on this one, and that's okay. You can use as many dimensionals as you want. There's never a rule of thumb as to how many you need to use. Just put that out of the way. This out of the way. So now we're just going to, oops, sorry, I totally bumped the camera. I apologize. So there we go. We're going to put that down. Looks relatively straight. And if you like it like that, you can leave it, or I kind of feel like it needs something a little bit more on this one. So I'm going to use our black, or our matte black dots, which are really nice. I really enjoy using them. And I'm just going to add a couple. So I'm going to take a pick tool. I think I'm going to use the smaller ones. So I'll just pull them off here, and I'm going to try and do it kind of in a shape of a of a triangle. So groups of 3, or you can do groups of 5. You kind of always want to do it in odd numbers. So there you go. There is the card. I'm just going to put these away. And then I'll bring in the original one so you can see what they look like side by side. So here's the original one that I did with the metallic ribbon behind it. And then here's the other one I just did. So very similar, but you can change the look depending on what patterns you're using. Perfect for Dad. Yes, but don't tell him. I'm gonna have to save this one all the way to September. So yeah, so I really enjoy doing this this technique. I am going to use it on a couple of cards, probably the new symmetry paper that I showed you. I'm going to do that. But anyway, I hope you have enjoyed the card, and I definitely appreciate you joining me and watching. I hope you have a wonderful week. Looks like it's not going to be too bad out there today. It's maybe a little bit cooler, but definitely sunny out at least. Not raining like it was yesterday. Enjoy the rest of your week. I will see you again next Saturday for another crafting session. I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. I think probably play around with the new in colors a little bit and the new symmetry, but I have to wait and see. I haven't decided on my direction. Have a great week, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.